road where that fire or paramedic unit will be waiting for.
And he says now that the governor has declared a state of emergency for tomorrow in Maryland, they plan on asking the National Guard to use at least 2 or 3 of their Humvees, which of course can get through just about anything. In Northwest D.C., Diane Cho, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you, Diane. I guess we got a small taste of that last night, trying to see ambulances and EMTs move around that mess last night.
Yeah, let's hope we don't see a repeat of that. Yeah. That was just terrible.
Well, hopefully the traffic volume will be close to zero during the weekend, especially during the day Saturday when it's so much.
Yes.
So this storm, it's going to happen. We're under blizzard warnings, and there are 2 components to the storm: the incredible snow that we think, the very heavy snowfall, and the very high winds around the metro area. So let's kick off our coverage here. Steve Burton's got that for us. How are we starting this story off, Steve?
You know, it started off beautiful this morning, and we're going to backtrack, and you can see the snow that fell early last night into the overnight hours. This is Bellhaven Country Club in Alexandria, and the sunshine quickly melted the snow and things warmed up nicely. And this is what it looks like out there right now, with a temperature of 31 degrees, a wind chill factor now at 26 degrees. Show you temperatures across the area, right at freezing in Leesburg, 30 in Frederick, 28 in Hagerstown, where temperatures are below freezing. Be careful for those slick spots, especially on the roadways and on the sidewalks come later on this evening, especially now that the sun has set. Forecast for the overnight, 16 to 25 degrees. Clouds will arrive early tomorrow morning. It stays cold out there with winds out of the north at just around 5 miles per hour. Now for the big news, the story of the day, or for that matter, for the rest of the week. We have the blizzard warning for the D.C. metro area, Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria, the district, Montgomery, all of southern Maryland. This starts tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and continues through 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Now, the further west you go, we have the winter storm warning. That includes Fauquier County. And, you know, even though we're under a warning in these areas, you're still going to see quite a bit of snow, but not quite as windy. And wind is a key component to what's going to make this a blizzard for the D.C. metro. When will the snow start? When will you see the first flakes in your neighborhood? Well, it looks like around noon to 3 o'clock the further south and west you go. Then as we move through the late afternoon, early evening hours, the districts, surrounding counties, southern Maryland, Warrenton, Woodstock, Winchester, looking at the first flakes. And then by 5 o'clock, maybe even a little bit later than that, up toward BWI Marshall and then up toward Philadelphia. So if you have travel plans tomorrow in those areas, you're going to want to leave early to get ahead of the storm, and then you're going to find bigger problems as you move through the overnight hours. There are the problems arriving quickly, Doug.
All right, Steve, and the cause of all this is going to be this area of low pressure developing right now, Texarkana area, and it's creating severe thunderstorms, tornado warnings just south of Jackson, Mississippi, quite a few of those. A ton of energy in real life, a ton of potential energy still to come as this system sweeps the east, picks up Gulf moisture and then Atlantic moisture, and really gets stronger as it heads eastward. Upper level winds are going to increase, all kind of things you can't see on weather maps and satellites atmospherically are going to be happening at different levels. And when the computer models all start to coalesce on similar solutions at all levels of the atmosphere, you pretty much have really high confidence this is the real deal, and that's what we're dealing with right now. Our futurecast shows the snow making inroads through southwestern Virginia through tomorrow morning, and we think probably in the mid-afternoon it's probably going to arrive in the metro area. You'll notice through this progression of futurecast computer models here, the yellows and greens, the rain and the sleet and the mix. That's going to be an issue across southern Maryland, northern neck, and the eastern shore, and it may be one of those deals we've seen before where the sleet starts to move northwards towards the metro area, and then as colder air comes in, it goes back to the south and areas turn back to all snow. And that's why you're going to see on our forecast map a little bit of difference south and east of town. There's even an opportunity during the day Saturday you might get a little thunderstorm thrown in too. And if that happens, the thunder snow, those areas might pick up additional inches that areas that don't get the thunder snow see. So this has all kinds of energy and potential on it. And look at the duration, the high winds. Saturday afternoon, we're right in the middle of it still. And as we go through Saturday night, it's only going to be in the early hours of Sunday that this model finally slides the heaviest action off to the east. So it's going to be a Friday, Saturday, early Sunday event. The winds are going to be a big story. The reason we're under a blizzard warning in the metro area is because the wind gusts during the storm are going to be higher here than they will be farther west. In fact, gusting close to 50 or 55 miles per hour along the bay, 40 to 45 mile per hour gust in the metro area. So that's going to be the wind field out of the northeast. It's going to cause a lot of beach erosion, flooding, and high waves at the beaches. And even in our area, we're going to watch for problems on the shores of Calvert and Anne Arundel counties because of flooding, because of the high winds. So that's going to be a combo of the rain or the snow and the high winds. Impossible travel. Flat out impossible at times. Saturday on the roads, in the air, and the rail.